कृपया ध्यान दीजिए. The language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen, yaar, don't be so conservative. What a great morning, really. What beautiful sights we saw coming in with the heavy rain that we had from South Mumbai all the way to Khar, which is actually South Mumbai for me now. It's really honestly not that far, not in the morning. But I saw a Honda, like a harmonium, completely smashed in at Worli. And now we have two rickshaws which are smashed in completely outside our building. So if you say you can't find a rickshaw, haha, you can. As far as we're concerned here in Khar. We've got some interesting people who dropped off from the show for whatever reason. Nitish Kumar was supposed to be on from Bihar, but he's very busy. He's upset with the BJP. He said, mood nahi hai aaj. I said, mood nahi hai. If that's the reason, no one will ever come on this show. Come on. Aakash is getting married, but that guy is a soldier. In a few days, he's going to tie the knot. I don't know what that means, actually, honestly. Why will you tie a knot to someone you're getting married to? I mean, that's really stupid. Are you going to hang the person? I mean, yeah, really. Sriraam is in Gurgaon, speaking of hanging. Don't want to go further with that point, but Sriraam is stuck there trying to come back. And we have got a special guest today. Young Mohit Mahale, double M.
Yes.
As you can tell from the chest size, double M Mohit Mahale, who's our producer at CNBC. It's a small financial news channel which plays a show.
It's News 18. News 18.
I can't get you. CNN.
You should remember who pays you. You should.
Pays is a very loose word, really. More like Shabash Beta, well played now. Mera batting, something like that. Yeah. But he's the producer of that award-winning show that's lasted 16 years. 16 years? I don't know, 15 years.
16 running.
16 running.
Won awards?
Yeah, we give ourselves awards. Right? Every year. We were up for some ASEAN awards. Show me how you got a nice ASEAN. And every year we don't get it. But every year they nominate us, and then Singapore, and then we have calls with them.
Yeah.
And we have acceptance. By the way, so that is genuine. They make us do acceptance speech and all. I've given about 8 in 8 years. Never won once. But last one I was like, why waste my time?
Last time you gave an award also on that.
But that they allowed, no?
Yeah. That they played.
Because it was online. They don't have to pay a ticket for going to Singapore. Thanks to COVID, we became presenters also. It was lovely.
I think so. The problem.
You think?
The problem is we are not getting awards because of the acceptance speech.
I think it's because one of the actors is horrible to look at, and I won't name Kunal Vijayakar because I feel wrong, calling people names. But really, as a visual medium,
News 18 should do its own. You all should do your own parivar, like how Star Parivar has its own award.
Akash. They do. And even there we don't win. And there's no one in our category. We still don't win. By the way, Mohit, Aakash is in charge of the show. Because
I'm in charge of the show. Yes, and I will be taking
is he not in charge?
Down the stream. Okay, before we get into it, if you're watching this, like the stream, it's very important. The YouTube algorithm is a demon and it wants your likes and subscribes and etc. Please make sure you do that. If you are not already on the Cyrus Says Discord, I highly suggest you get there. I am not there, but that's because of a Google authentication error. Discord seems to think I'm Mamta Banerjee and it's not working out. But you should. It's a fan.
As a fully functioning lawyer during the daytime, he has all the stories ready to make sure he doesn't align to anything. Fair enough, Aakash. We respect you. But next to you in another panel is who looks a lot like young Mithun Chakravarti, but it's not. It's Sriraam, the actor from Gurgaon.
You know how much worse it is for Mamta Banerjee. You can't get into Discord because Aakash is blocking her.
I told her कि मेरे मोबाइल से अकाउंट मत बना, ठीक है? मैंने उसको बोला था.
With that opening statement, Sriraam has set the bar, Mohit. Now we can't go any further than that. This is it.
The worst part being Mamta trying to get into Discord is the worst part.
Mamta doesn't Discord and Mamta. I thought if you look in the dictionary,
goes hand in hand. If there's one platform that is named.
What is it? What do you say? Earth. You used to have the Earth questions in Hindi. Yeah, something like that.
I hear
who's marrying a Bengali? Who's marrying a Bengali?
I hear very epic stories. I hear very epic stories of Mamta Banerjee whenever I go to Kolkata. Like she used to sing and dance, and she used to go into a fervor. उनको लाठी चार्ज किया तो वो she used to just take the hit and all. Like it was quite she was quite the maverick. Like
so Mamta's greatest hits were basically police charging her, not the song. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen, number one.
Did she put out a video once of her playing the keyboard?
Tabla.
I think tabla.
Could be.
I think it was the keyboard.
Could be.
But I think that does make sense because Babul is a pretty decent singer. Now he's part of TMC. So why would you allow somebody else to come in and steal your thunder? I think she's a better painter. Salman Khan and if there was a between the two of them, whose painting would you buy?
Yeah,
Salman,
it was. They were competing on the same.
or they have the
runs,
same
right?
professional teacher.
Yeah.
MF Hussein's youngest brother, the one who couldn't make it.
But we all know why they are. We all know why they are painters, because someone will buy their painting, as a way to.
I think more because they're both
swindle
cheap and
money.
want to save money, so they paint their own houses and things like that. Like मैं खुद करता है. Bhai is doing it.
Because
Bhai
I
is
think
doing
if
it.
if you really want to raise money quick and without any tax implications, electoral bonds are the way to go. I think that should be the way forward for everybody. I think eventually Salman will also realize and he'll also start a party. They don't have to win or run. You can just be a party.
Didn't Rohan Joshi say buy crypto? What happened? Hello? Hello? What happened there? What's going on, guys? Be careful.
Hey,
Very careful.
wasn't someone on Cyrus says who started some first person to start an NFT or something something.
Well,
like that.
that's a different story altogether. He's a very
It
famous
was-
actor and anchor. Yeah.
Well,
Vishal.
Vishal,
Vishal.
yeah, he was on our
Vishal.
podcast as well. India's
Yeah.
first NFT movie. It's called Ilm.
Yeah. It's not fully
NFT
NFT,
movie.
It's partially NFT.
It's partially NFT,
No, I mean,
like
it's
it's
NFT
partially
funded.
fungible token, like.
So this is all for tax purposes. Everything should be partial. That allows you a loophole to get out of situations also. You can't say fully.
Yeah.
If you say fully, then what do? You can't defend yourself.
But again, similar
Yeah,
to
you have
crypto, I think so.
33%.
This NFT is also going to be a bubble, and
Boss, you're working on the world's worst program. You're going to give advice. What are you saying?
we have an example who has lost a lot of money. That's
Kunal.
why.
Kunal actually asked one crypto expert who came on for whatever reason was with us, and he said, "Look, I've lost a lot of money." The guy said, "How much?" He said, 80,000. That guy was so irritated because people who've lost money have really lost money.
I like many years ago, I was being given 2 bitcoins to do a half-an-hour show at somebody's wedding, and my father said, "Bilkul paisa nahi lene ka bitcoin mein," and I still regret it to the day because I could have made like a
Everyone-
nice bounty.
Hey, we don't know.
It's
Today's
still
horrible
fine,
story,
man.
maybe tomorrow's success, huh? Sorry. Sriraam was saying?
No, it's
Sriraam?
it's the our generations. Oh, I wanted to invest in land in some outskirts, and and the opportunity was lost. That's what Bitcoin stories are for our generation. Many
should've-
years ago, I had mined like half of Bitcoin of a 1/20th, and today
My father in the 70s had an option to buy Varsha, which is the chief minister's residence. But the thing is, but the problem is he was not yet the leader of the Congress. That is the problem at that point. So it's just a
But
question of...
Parsi Sena didn't exist. that
Parsi Sena's 3 votes. Even those guys didn't come because dope challenge. You know what people were saying now? Last time
we had gone for the-
we actually shot for our show, and we were trying to be funny and force the comedy as usual rubbish. And then we actually just asked them, so why are less people here? One uncle said, dope challenge. I mean, India's burning. We want to change the society, make it a better place, prosperity, disparity in income, blah, blah. And then back in South Mumbai, it's too hot. Yeah. Anyway,
Lack of melanin.
a lot of milestones for you this year, no, Cyrus? Though, like I think
lot.
week
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was in,
1000th
liver-
birthday,
liver-
60th birthday.
liver
60th,
enzymes,
62nd.
kidney failure. I mean, every day there's something here to look forward to. Coming soon, Sriraam.
Wow.
Coming soon. You may have God's name, but it won't
I
save
think-
you from organ
I
donation.
think you should.
Huh.
I think you should surprise everyone and just declare that you have a second family. Just now,
Papa, I can't
Just
afford
never-
one family.
never let
Why would I
this-
have 2? Are you
We
mad?
are the second family.
we
All
are
ma-
the second family.
Males always ask for a DNA test, no? Even if they know that truth is terrible. We still hope against hope that something went,
Yeah.
that 1%, what is it, 0.1%.
They still
chance.
think you have a lot of money.
Yeah, can you believe it? They think I'm a crypto. I'm not a crypto.
But hey, man, speaking of
Segue!
promiscuous,
Aakash
people,
segueing into topic.
Aakash segue, Aakash
Yeah.
segue.
Yes.
Elon Musk, our favorite haver sexer at office,
Yeah.
to save the human race, has if you don't know Elon Musk, he's a South African whose dad married his stepdaughter. But he also started.
Not
a
his
startup.
his dad's
Um,
stepdaughter, huh? Just to clarify.
Yeah.
He brings a meet your grandfather. Okay, I'll take the bedroom, thanks.
if you recall from a couple of months ago, he really wanted to buy Twitter and then did not buy Twitter because it had too many bots, is what he claimed. And Twitter said, "Ghanta bots hai, nahi hai bots." Like
exact words. Aakash is quoting. Yes.
Yes. And now Elon Musk is like, bro, Parag, मैं तेरे को debate करेगा, prove कर मेरे को कि 5% ही है सिर्फ. There's no way you can prove, and I can prove to you that Twitter is mostly bots. So this is a debate. He's actually asked him to debate him on Twitter. Like अभी parliamentary debate गांड मरा है.
And he's asking Parag from IIT Mumbai. Just to keep it for the record. IIT Mumbai, they're the strong silent type. I've been there many times. I'm just a little worried about this debate not really taking off. Sriraam, you're taking calls in the middle. What's going on?
I'm not taking calls. It's breakfast. That's all.
But a hand has come in mysteriously. He's in Thailand, I think. Is it a lady boy?
This is
If so, can we say hello?
It's that kind of a
Kind of
webcam.
fascinating. Yeah. No, it's just fascinating कि वो दरवाजा इधर ही है. Like it's just
right
outside frame.
Right.
He's either super rich or super poor. I can't make out what.
It is. What do
the
you
setting
think,
is-
Cyrus? What do you think?
Well, the hair's like the young Imran Khan, bowling into the wind. So I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But then again, after losing the prime ministership, he may be in a one-bedroom somewhere
the bank account,
outside
The
Lahore.
bank
You have to,
account
you
is
have to
like
find
a
out
current
whose
Imran.
painting is that.
This painting?
That's not
Yeah,
a-
that
it's
will
just
give
a
the clue
frame.
whether he's rich or not.
Mohit,
It's not a
Mohit,
painting, right?
Sriraam, Mohit
It's a
wants to know.
3D thing.
No,
It's a
like
3D, whatever.
It's like a framed vase, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a
All
framed vase
it's-
inside like a thing. I don't know. I don't own it, man. It's not mine. Just it came with the room.
Baba, he's under a lot of pressure. He's in Haryana. And with his long
It
hair,
is,
people
yeah.
have been asking him out a lot.
Guys in Haryana,
He's having a
that
lot of
is an
trouble
NFT.
walking down the street.
In Haryana, that is an NFT, by the way.
You be very careful, huh? There is one person listening. You be very careful, bro.
Yeah, and that person, I keep telling them to shut the cameras, but they don't.
Hey, Sharma, one guy back up. You got to speak correctly, otherwise you'll get no reaction.
It is, yeah.
But Sriraam,
But
you're
by the
as
way-
the first comedian from India who put out a video on Pornhub. You should not mind
Yeah.
cameras in your bedroom.
I
Is
personally
it-
don't.
What
I
a lot of
Yeah, he is.
respect. First video on Pornhub.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Imagine,
Pure
you really
Vishal
thought-
Malhotra who
you really-
launched an NFT movie.
One
How
sec,
about
Sriraam.
that? Yeah.
Sriraam, you really thought that we guys who want to watch porn would rather stop and listen to you make a joke?
I thought it
We're in the
was the other
mood
way.
for
I thought it was the other way.
for some
Cyrus, that
nakedness.
I thought it was the other way, Cyrus. The people are too tired watching porn. It's like, can I just browse Pornhub or something else now? And I thought they
Yeah.
might stumble into.
Okay, but lose the name on Pornhub. Huh? Lose the name. There'll be riots. Just lose the name.
It just says one man.
Switch with
disappoints
Aakash. Switch with
40 on
Aakash.
the
Much
show.
safer name.
But I think it's also I think it's also just the fact that most stand-up is technically intellectual masturbation. So
It is.
it makes sense
But
for
it's
it
not-
to be on Pornhub.
I think intellectual for you guys, for us, is just masturbation. We don't even bother with the intellectual.
Well,
Well,
either
that's
way you
why
have to
you're
get it
selling
out.
more
You
tickets.
spoil the market with the attitude. Yeah.
That's
It's
why
called
Cyrus
giving.
is
अच्छा, तो
selling
कर
more
रहे-
tickets. Yeah.
Elon Musk पराग करने का है, दूसरा
Yes.
वाला माल
हाँ.
दो कुछ.
नहीं. No,
तू in charge है ना भाई. There's no democracy in
Firstly,
India.
like-
You have to decide.
Of course, Twitter has too many bots. Firstly, Musk versus Parag sounds like two rival gutka brands fighting.
Yeah.
It just feels-
Or I think it's like a Desi WWE or something. Musk
Yes.
versus Parag. There was this one Anglo-Indian guy called Musk. There was this Parag, the first Gujarati wrestler in the history of India who's going to the top
Yeah.
right there.
Where Musk's finishing move is he'll literally finish on you, because he can't pull out guys.
I think
But,
we'll have to have very Desi terms like the
Because
bun
insan
chapati or
khatam
something, where you engulf the person and you shut him down. We'll have to have that Desi flavor. Otherwise, how do we market this? Yeah. Mohit, come up with a nice name, no?
But
For a move.
this
'Cause-
Musk and Parag,
Huh.
both are the brands which are
जब तू
endorsed
बोलता
by
है ना, it
Akshay
sounds like
Kumar.
a romance. This Musk and Parag. See, did you feel that? I felt that immediately.
वो लोग गार्डन में बैठ के गपशप कर रहे हैं शाम
Yeah, it changed everything, bro. Your fucking attitude. Really. Okay, I think we
But
exhausted
of
the
course,
topic.
Twitter.
The
Of
topic
course,
was-
Twitter has too many bots, man. Like, come on. Like, I mean, Veer Das has 20 times the following of Seinfeld or something in this. I mean,
But Veerdas is better looking.
Oh.
Doesn't that count?
that is fair. But then, come on. If Veer has more following than sort of Jerry Seinfeld, then it hurts.
But does
me
he have more
because then
following than Mamta Banerjee in the Discord channel?
That is something to look at. But
Seinfeld,
Well, I
most of the
think
fans of Seinfeld might not know what is
Right.
Twitter also.
Wow.
That also.
Mohit ageism joke. Oh, excellent.
No, but I think-
Mahale of
I think
35
Mohit
and
has a
says,
point here.
boss, you have no idea how old we are.
But Mohit has a point here, because like if you look at, you have to compare peak versus peak, right? Like Veer is on his way to his peak right now, and Jerry Seinfeld at his peak dude, like more people used to watch his show than Veerdas has followers on every platform, right?
You don't have to convince
मतलब-
me. I've only seen Jerry Seinfeld. मेरा बाप का क्या जाता है? I don't know how to answer this.
Now, Cyrus, are you a bot? That's what we need to verify.
I'm a bitch. Is there space for us?
Hey, that's on the other platform.
I feel I don't want to deal with this Elon Musk guy ever again. Okay, I hate a businessman who announces some great buy and then pulls out. You know, it's like it's like George Bush in Iraq. You know, I mean, we'll take it over, and 3 days later I'll pull out. You know, what's going on? It doesn't make sense to me. So I feel it's almost like a bakra, no? Because we all make jokes and we talked about it, and then suddenly the guy, I mean, nobody thought he'll renege on it. Or back off. It didn't make any sense. Royston says, I read somewhere that Musk is bot. I didn't even know. I didn't know his own account as a bot.
Which is fair, which means it's accurate because that if you look at Elon Musk talking, it seems like he has no emotions. So I guess
it just feels like.
Did you see the Joe Rogan bit of where they talked about how white he is? You know, like these not
like
to be racist.
Ethnically or like just
no, ethnically he's white because he's never been in the sun, never played any sport, and all he does is work 24 hours a day. So we have our own type of that here. You know, if you see these guys ever in a dressing room, you'll see their legs and all that so white or like unused to any athleticism. You know this guy's a nerd's nerd. You know, he's just stuck inside a dungeon. And now Mohit Mahale will reveal everything. Mohit, stand up, take off your pants.
No. Then this video also
we will make your lower body an NFT now.
This video will also have to go on Pornhub then.
Pornhub said no, they have standards. We've been trying from when?
No.
Veerdas और Jerry Seinfeld को ले लिया अंदर.
No. Both they don't have standards. They accepted my stand-up videos. Please don't.
Anyway,
Hey, but speaking of videos that aren't that impressive. No, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that Joe Rogan podcast thingy where they've taken out this picture of this guy on a boat on his yacht. He really looks like he has never ever left the confines of a shut room. You know, which really takes us back to young Elon Musk.
Even though he's like a tech billionaire, he looks like your typical gamer. You know, like just belly out.
But think of it now, like
all his food is ordered in. You know that he's ordered in all his life. That's his night out. Zomato, which he invented.
पर उसका लॉजिक ये है कि मैं अगर बाहर जाएगा ना तो गांडू मैं सीधा मार्स जाएगा. ठीक है, मेरे को ये सब.
Beautiful, Aakash. Very good. What a super point. I think that's fantastic. Why waste time with Earth?
Which at one point it must have been like this, lame excuse. Like his mom would be like, Elon, why don't you go out and play? Like, I'll go when I can go to Mars or nothing. And now it's a reality, right?
No, what you're saying is making sense because he's complex about the mom putting him down. You never go anywhere, son. Beta, tu ghar pe बैठ के क्या करेगा life में? And so finally, fuck you, mom. I'll teach you. I'll go somewhere. I'll go to Mars direct. That was fabulous.
He was pushed to do it.
He was pushed. By a good mother's motivation. Tiger mom, if we can say that.
But
father on the other hand is humping the relatives. So
But while Elon Musk wants to take some 1,000 people to Mars to set up a colony, there is a story that comes out of India always as usual.
Segue?
Which completely
Wait, we have to play the sitar, yeah? When every time you segue, Rishi has a moment. Give him a moment here. Go ahead, Rishi. Enjoy. You saw how it was done. Tell Shreyas to watch the show. Shreyas was a segue king, and he pulls it out of his bum all the time. Bolo.
This comes to us from Jharkhand, okay, where something fascinating has happened. And
it's not Dhoni.
No, it's not Dhoni. But I will get to that someday. A bull has traveled solo in Jharkhand in the trains.
Wow.
I don't know if you have seen this video or the photographs attached with it, but basically there was a bull in the local passenger train traveling alone, and when asked कि ये कौन है, किधर से आया है bull, they were just like, यार पता नहीं, इसका owner आया ट्रेन में डाला और बोला कि उसको अपने destination पे छोड़ देना.
But what is the destination? The bull knows, or is he bullshitting?
No, the destination.
It's the bull's eye.
Anyways.
We should take him on our show, which is Cock and Bull. Now that we found the bull, we're only looking for the, we got half already. But I'll tell you, we have an expert. We don't have a Jharkhand expert. We have a Bihar expert, but it's a sister state. And one time it was the same state. Sparsh, who he was born in Patna. Then after 8 years, he was kidnapped or something and then moved to Delhi. So we don't even know if it's really Sparsh. He may or may not be Sparsh.
This is exactly how Sparsh reached Delhi as well. Just parents just put him on a train.
So Sparsh was a bull?
Just let go of him.
Were you a bull at some point?
No, Sparsh was on the bull.
Oh, you didn't mention that, Aakash. There was a small kid on the bull. Is it?
You know, in those old restaurants, you had those things, that bull that you could, mechanical bull that you're supposed to like.
No, not
ride.
in India, Baba. Where in India do you have mechanical
Even
bulls?
in India,
The right wing
there
will come and
was
attack you.
No, even in
Replace it with a
India,
cow right now. Huh.
There was an expensive
No, hi.
restaurant
How can
right
it be a
next to my
cow,
house.
Cyrus? You can't sit on a cow and do the things that happen.
You can't say that. You
Yeah,
can't take that word. You can't say the C word.
Why can you? But you can lovingly sit on the cow. No, you don't have to be aggressive about it. It's like I mean, I'm not thinking about Elon Musk's father
These
with the
people,
granddaughter.
Cyrus, they don't know how to sit on a cow lovingly.
Yeah.
It's you and I.
Yeah.
But
Sitting on a cow used to be such a beautiful thing, Sriraam, as you mentioned, growing up in Chembur, you and me, we'd find a cow, we'd sit on the cow would say thanks, we'd be on our way. People would
that's
clap.
how we bunked
Remember?
school. That's how
Before
we
you were on
bunked school,
Pornhub,
yeah.
you were on Animal Planet with the cow. I've
is
seen you
true.
there. Yeah.
That is true.
I
And
swear.
even,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
But,
even that video, I'm
I swear
thankful
two
is not on
bulls.
Pornhub.
I swear 2 bulls crossed Dadar railway bridge 3 days back, led by the owner amidst heavy rains and all. Yeah, I mean that makes sense, Daft Punk AJ. Like because बारिश चल रहा है और उसका owner उसको लेके जा रहा है. ये bull is on a mission. Okay, it's like मेरे को जाने का है झारखंड. मैं जा रहा है. And if you
Away
see
from
the footage
Jharkhand.
from the train, वो
It
पूरा
is
रास्ता
a
खड़ा
sad
लेके गया है.
commentary, Aakash, on Indian Railways. That bull said both ho gaya yahan pe. I
I'm
don't
just-
like this mode of transport.
I'm just annoyed.
Back to Dadar. He told the guy, back to Dadar TT. And from there he went by road. And rightly so. I think it's the right decision made by all. Yeah. But you guys remember when
I'm
you're
just
driving
annoyed that a bull is managing to get tickets when I can't. In the
and the
interview.
footage he's getting,
Yeah.
he and Elon Musk are at par right now. Jerry
I-
Seinfeld, Veer Das went
That is
down.
true.
at the
That is
moment.
true. Now here's a
Yeah.
question to everyone, all the intelligentsia in the panel. Which is a difficult task? Us going to Mars or a bull going from Jharkhand to where was the other?
Bihar to
Unanswerable
Jharkhand.
question.
Yeah,
It's an
Jharkhand,
unanswerable
yeah.
question. You've put this kind of dilemma that I don't think it can be. Science will not be able to come through for you on this one. It's a very, very tough
But to
question.
put,
I
can
would
tell you,
bull.
I
I
can-
would bull.
I can add some context for this for y'all too, so that your decision is easy.
Because you worked hard, we let you.
This is not the first such incident. Okay, this has happened earlier also when in West Bengal there was a viral video of a horse riding a train in a packed local Kolkata local train. So, मतलब अभी घोड़े भी कर रहे हैं. ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ बुल ने
No,
किया.
but there is a point here, Aakash, and that is if you really want to break the internet, you got to put the horse on the bull in the train somewhere outside
Yeah.
the other. I mean, this is not going to be easy. But
Which-
whoever can do that,
also,
you're
by
the
the
god of the world. Yeah.
Also,
But
by the way, whatever the horsepower of that train was, it got added by one. You know?
By one.
But I think
I think-
Mumbai people are capable enough to throw a horse out of a train also when they want to get a seat or get
That
inside
is
the
no
train.
I mean,
way to
it
talk about the
depends.
luggage.
What a
Yeah, well,
vicious,
well,
what a
train
vicious
mein
thing
kab
to
chada?
say, yaar.
Yeah.
Where's the comedy in that? What's Mali
Mohit,
out?
that's-
He's
Mohit,
like Mali out of the panel. Look at what
Mohit,
he did.
come on! I can't believe I can't believe you spoke that way about the first class compartment. Sorry.
Yeah. And that auntie was looking at you in a certain way. And you, said,
I have a good one. I have a good one.
you have a good one. Never say that. Never say that. These two are not going to let you go. I would at least say you have a bad one. Okay, chalo, theek hai.
If the owner put the bull on the Bihar to Jharkhand train, where did the owner go?
Yeah.
Where?
Bihar to Mumbai train.
Nice.
All right. And guess which one of the two
Rishi,
is returning
the
back
one
to
local
Bihar?
in the studio, the one real local, the one. Look at him sitting, he's screaming. Yes, they took our jobs. How did they take your jobs? The Bihari here, Bichara, is sitting here working all night in front of me. They actually live in peace, guys, on our podcast.
Now,
We have a Bihari and a Maharashtrian in
I
the
would
same
like-
studio, living in peace. Of course, the Bihari is being paid more, so things are not fair. Oh, God.
I'm going to use this opportunity to quickly segue once again. Speaking of jobs, guys.
Arey, wow. Hold for sitar. At least keep a guitar here, na? Low budget show. Please, you
So
can
it
play.
turns out,
You can play guitar. I'm just asking
Sparsh
Rishi if
is
he can play
a-
guitar. Sorry. Sparsh can
Sparsh
play
can
guitar.
play
What am I
guitar.
saying? Sparsh can play guitar. And not the
Yeah.
Bhagavad, the actual. I apologize. Mohit forced me to do that. He likes all this nonsense. The real guitar.
you
real
can't see
guitar.
the whole frame. Mohit is secretly kicking Cyrus underneath the table.
Mohit is thinking, मैंने क्या अच्छा joke सुनाया सबको about the bloody guy going to Bihar, going to Mumbai. Now the controversy. Yeah.
Shraddha,
Mohit, just for the record, it's not a local recording only for Mumbai. Huh? Just,
Hey,
it sounds like that, but
I'm
just
in
for the
cab
record.
right now and can confirm I did see a horse waiting for the train. Poor thing was saddled with.
with work.
How sweet.
That is
Are you-
just not true.
Ayushi, Ayushi, thank God she didn't say I've got a good one. We would have been in big trouble.
I mean, Ayushi just fictionalizing these things. No one in Calcutta works beyond like 10 o'clock. So
Yeah, I swear.
And
It
thank God
is,
she spelled. Thank God she spelled horse without the W in front of it, because that would have been wrong.
yeah,
Take your time.
Sonagachi represent, right?
Stop it. Rishi's still, the Bihar Marathi remark has driven him nuts. He can't recover. He feels he's given one blow for mankind or something. He's a petty guy you turn out to be, Rishi, really. And poor Sparsh. Typical story of a hardworking guy from Delhi who comes here and whatever and, robs your job. And
Yeah.
It is. By the way, I've realized.
na ghar hai, na tikana. What?
Sorry to deviate a bit, Akash, from the jobs topic, but kind of still
No,
on
no.
track. I feel like in Delhi, people do have more hustle because I think they generally are like, they don't have the talent. That is why. So,
Wow. Wow. He's been there 1 week and he hates the place already. At least give it 15-20 days. Yeah, this is wrong. Now, Sparsh doesn't have a mic, so I'll have to mic him up so he can reply. But Sparsh, through me, as your medium, you can just tell him, we have big roads, all right, wide roads, more food choices,
Yeah.
and we
Most
can go out
politicians-
anytime we want to. With
I'm
guns.
Yeah,
telling you guys.
politicians have gotten too fat, so the roads
Yeah.
have to be made wider and wider and wider. That's all it is.
Akash, Mehta, don't mention politicians' weight gain because I'm suffering it every day. Although yesterday was a very good day. Only one cop was sitting in
Yeah.
that lane on a chair. And he was on the phone. I'm
Yeah.
thinking if I attack with a gun, I could easily destroy everybody because he was playing
Yeah.
something on the phone. He was like Mikhail. He was engrossed completely.
And he hasn't shifted to Varsha, right?
No, he won't shift. There's some Panvati about Varsha. I'm telling you, this is a bloody white elephant now, yaar. The biggest property in Malabar Hill worth crores and crores of rupees. Nobody wants to go there.
Maybe
They
now
should
is
just-
the
they
chance
should
you
just-
can buy it.
Forget buy it. I'm saying we'll just walk in quietly, na?
That's
hello,
what they
hello.
should just use.
Hey,
They should
Cyrus,
just
ये
turn it into
श्रीलंका
an
नहीं है।
Airbnb.
Sri Lankans are wondering, they had to throw the guy out. Here, you can just walk in. They don't want the bloody house.
And many of the bungalows are empty.
Yeah,
actually.
many. Yeah, unbelievable. Shri, come back. You don't live in Gurgaon.
No.
We've got
No,
place for
yeah,
you.
I'm telling
Huh?
you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they should just put Varsha up on Airbnb and just.
But
rent it out.
unfortunately, you look like a slightly impoverished Zakir Hussain and not like a mantri. So
Very
you'll have to change your look. Yeah.
Yeah, I will do that. I mean,
And keep in mind,
hey,
Zakir himself.
Huh?
Zakir,
Zakir Hussain, I recently stalked him on Instagram, and
Wow.
he's living the life.
But it's the right
He's
thing to do.
someone- Huh?
It's the right thing to do.
It is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
You know, finally,
Yeah.
you want to stalk an actual artist on Instagram, right? As opposed
Yeah.
to any.
Correct.
But he's in I think LA somewhere, just like generally.
Why are you telling us
having a
this
nice
though?
life.
This is leading somewhere? We're just giving it's a
No.
geographic conversation. You just want to tell us
I
where
just
he is.
feel-
Sriram telling
I just feel. I
Cyrus,
just
this is
feel.
Sriram showing you the life you could have had. That's all it is.
Oh,
Which is
if I had
also true.
talent, this is a huge problem.
Which is no, I'm telling you. Then I realized there's a genuine realization that I had that this is the pinnacle of achievements for a tabla player. A 2 BHK house in LA somewhere in his retirement life.
And he doesn't even have to play on a
Unnecessary.
comedy show.
So
He doesn't
unnecessary.
have to- Yeah,
one guy who's
exactly.
actually
Yeah.
talented, one guy we actually like. Unnecessary, really.
That's the thing. No, but it's not.
I mean, we all like Zakir. There's nobody out who doesn't like Zakir.
No, exactly. No,
Yeah.
and absolutely, like the hype matches, the talent matches the hype, all of that, right?
Yeah.
And still a 2 BHK house, man. That's the best it gets for a
Cause-
tabla player today.
Because of it's the Mumbai touch. Yeah, you're just cheap at heart.
Yeah.
You can just you have lots of money, but you
Can't
want to
live
stay
in a
two
bigger
bedrooms.
apartment.
I hate
You
rich
feel
people who live in
uncomfortable.
small houses with
Do
all
you
their
think?
family members.
Do you think it initially it was like a villa, but he just beat it down into a 2 BHK?
Baba,
While playing the tabla.
if you have a big house, after every divorce, you have to give that house away. When you have a
That is
small
true.
house, there's nothing to
Has he
worry
been
about.
divorced? Has he been divorced?
I heard he likes the ladies. One hand plays the tabla, and one hand, What a horrible
Strong
show.
fingers. Very strong fingers involved.
Teen tal. I do 3 at one time. Teen tal. Coming soon. Sparsh is having-
Okay,
Sparsh,
Akash,
can
what
you
is
play-
the
can you
job?
play
What is the
Indian
job
instruments?
topic?
Huh?
Oh yeah.
Can you play the veena? And how tall was she? So Sparsh is full of himself. Huh? I said, can you play Indian instruments? He's saying ha like everything. Huh? Every single instrument. Can you? Okay, so now every time I'm going to make sure he plays something in the studio. Let's find out how talented
Next
this guy
episode,
is.
Jal Tarang. I want to
Yeah.
see Sparsh play a Jal Tarang.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is, so I'm imagining it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
People listening have now Google the instrument, so obviously it's going to be tough. Yeah. Back in 1436, the first Indian and last Indian before Pandit Jasraj himself was this
It
guy.
is tough. It is partly tough because you have to invent it as well first before you can play it. So
Yeah.
Arey, Sriraam, you're in Gurgaon. There's no instruments there without trigger, capsule.
Can I tell you a fun fact about Gurgaon, guys? I've realized what the national symbol, not national symbol, the symbol of the city is. It is
Okay.
just a recently run over guy on the road lying flat. That's it. Okay, that's the
Back. We see the back or the front of the guy.
back.
So do we
Yeah.
get to- Okay, so you don't even know it's faceless basically.
Because Cyrus, he was running from the car when he was mowed down. Na?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So not an accident. It was a deliberate accident.
No,
The
but-
best accidents of all. Yeah.
It is.
Can you imagine how stupid that is? On a highway,
Trying to take a
a
break.
man. No one's saying a man runs 15 miles per hour, something like that, and the car can go to 180. What a bad contest that is.
Can I?
Okay, Bunty.
Can I
Park.
legitimately tell you a story? I saw a golden electric BMW run over a guy
Zakir.
in a cycle, and then after that, the BMW stopped the car on the side, and the guys got out and tried to help the guy. And I think that's the best advertisement for electric vehicles that I've seen so far.
See,
I
now
don't know if we can
everything is
stop
just
the
sad.
show
Thanks,
at this
Sriraam.
point. If that is an option, because we don't really have a sponsor, although we almost do. So I'll just have to check with
Putting it
Rishi,
out
the Maharashtrian who doesn't want the Biharis here. For some
And-
reason.
and
why
here's
is the problem with you? You're a young kid.
And
It's not
here's
your
the-
generation. Huh.
And here's the silver lining. The
Can't you
guy
go and get yourself
was-
run over in the meantime, Sriram? That'd be a great
Wait, no,
idea.
The guy was, and this was like the guy got run over in like at least like 80 kilometers an hour.
The
And
story hasn't
he was
ended.
fine.
No,
after
no.
The story
This
hasn't
is why he
ended.
doesn't have a wife.
Wait, and at
Huh.
the end, the guy was pretty fine. He was like, he kind of could get up and all of that, and I think he landed.
Was
in
it inside a gym
good
on a
spot.
stationary cycle? What was going on?
No, it was right outside. I mean, my house. Yeah,
Did you
And-
volunteer to help or you smoked a cigarette?
I smoked a cigarette. I just don't want to get.
Cigarette smoking is injurious to health.
No, he
Please
does
don't
what
do
a
that.
Gurgaon guy does.
Which is
Shoot the video.
Take the picture and send it to his
Yes,
friend. Hey, Ashok, ye dekh.
I wish I were that person, man. It's just sort of. I these days, I think, by the way, the newer generation of kids, they're damn quick, man. They know, they're always ready that something's going to hapan. Get the phone out, start recording.
Forget that.
right? And
Yeah.
Before Kim Kardashian threw Pete Davidson out, my daughter told me. It was that quick. This today's generation, they just know everything. And of course, my friend Kunal is saying, who's Pete Davidson? And I was in, bro, we don't talk. When children talk, we don't talk. We keep our heads down and later on we Google.
I
We
think-
don't know,
I
we
think-
don't talk.
since you're on that subject now, for Pete Davidson, one thing that I respect about the guy is that A, he's never written a joke in his life and gotten famous, and B, he's just dated up.
So much
He's just
jealousy.
dated-
Veerdas, I understand. But why Pete Davidson? Uska baap ne
Wait
kya kiya? Sorry, not uska
wait
baap.
till
Uska baap
Cyrus-
bur gaya tho 9/11 mein. Sorry, wrong
What a
point.
reference,
This punch,
man, what a
the fucking
reference.
Delhi
Wow.
mentality. I take it back. The baap ka reference kyun kiya main? Sorry God, take it back. Poor
The
guy.
thing
huh.
is, Pete Davidson is always dated up. He went from like what, Ariana Grande, right? And then from that,
Bro,
to
why?
Kim
We're all
Kardashian.
praying that you get run over. Get on a cycle. The stories that go on and on.
No, the only thing that I'm telling you guys, next up, he's going to date the Queen of England. Just look.
We better hurry up.
trust me.
He better hurry up.
I think in 2022, after Kim Kardashian, the Queen is a step down, Sriraam.
If
It's a
anything,
step down.
yeah. But
Yeah.
once you date, like that's the same.
Bro,
Now he feels like Kanye.
Queen नहीं कर रही
essentially.
है.
He finally
Queen
feels what
Instagram पे
Kanye
brand
feels.
integration नहीं कर सकती है.
नहीं,
Okay.
chance ही नहीं.
If I was a right-wing Indian, I'd be like, why don't they ever date a hot Indian girl?
Kangana Ranaut.
No, I was looking more Falguni
Okay,
because
okay.
it's
Because
Aizen.
Priyanka Chopra is married, there is nobody else there.
Priyanka Chopra has never been Indian. She's always had that American accent. It's been there
Yeah.
from the beginning. Yeah.
No, it sometimes happens in Bandra.
Oh, anti-Bandra. Typical. Now forget Bihar versus Maharashtra. Now we have Mahi versus Bandra. Bhai,
No,
what a
no.
country, yeah. It just
no,
takes
no,
5
no.
minutes to fucking fight.
Mohit.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Mohit,
Yeah.
if you're anti-Bandra, by extension, you're anti-Portugal. Just remember.
Oh, yeah.
I
You know,
think
all
he
we can
afford
say
that.
is, all we can say is, if we can get someone to shoot you on the cycle, just stay on that highway in Gurgaon. For God's sake, do the right thing for humanity. Are we taking a break? It's 10:35.
I think we should take a break.
Okay, Rishi, Aakash is taking break. Hello.
Not to be pedantic, but
Oh wow!
in-
Or didactic. If you want a word that since you're
but
wanna show
Amit
off.
said Amit was announcing the shows and he said advertising is dead, is back. Then technically the show should be advertising is resuscitated.
Resurrected.
Is that resurrected?
Resurrected.
Either way.
Yeah.
The advertising is resurrected.
Resurrected
right?
is
So that should-
correct. Now you're because resuscitated means it's not dead yet.
Mm.
Because you're able to revive what is not dead yet.
That is fair.
You don't know you're dead. For someone in
Sir.
Gurgaon who's been watching people die on the roads every day, you don't know you're dead.
But serves me right for having this conversation with 3 other surgeons. But my bad.
Serves Sparsh right for putting you on. Because now we have to add 15 minutes of what the fuck is he saying every time. Every time you start, the anchor is already questioning his
But-
life.
But advertising is resurrected. That should be the show. That's all I have.
Done.
Um,
We'll stand corrected.
Accepted
This
and
is Varun's
submitted
show?
for review.
Yes.
So Varun is worth something like 500 million crores right now. He's done really well and people have bought into his stuff and all that. He was a kid in MTV
Yeah.
who's really done well. And now Sriraam is correcting him. Sriraam is in Gurgaon, struggling to keep a job.
This is classic. This is classic like Indian middle class syndrome. Like sure he'll be worth 500 crores, but I pointed at one flaw in him, so I guess
That
I'm
is-
better
yeah.
than that. guy.
You are improving him. This is the main thing. The goodness of your heart.
Hey,
Making
Sriraam,
Varun
you're
a
already an
better
uncle. Bull.
I am an uncle.
People are asking, what does Sparsh do on the show? Because we keep mentioning him and the cameras are on him.
He
Sparsh
doesn't
does-
exist. Cyrus just
No, he
mentioned.
does. And he's a very important comment. He said, Aakash, take the AMS at around 10:50, 10:55. Do we really need to hire a guy
Yeah.
to come on our show and tell the anchor at 10:50, take the AMS? I mean, we flew him from Delhi. One Maharashtrian lost his job. One local guy has lost his job because of this guy. And his contribution is 10-50 pe, theek pe, boss, ek sawal. What the hell? What's going on?
That is and for the average Bihari, Sparsh is working harder than them purely by doing that one.
Oh. I think we should, for safety's sake, go back to Mohit. He's busy beating up Bandrites, crossing into Mahim with their upmarket nature and better clothing. Yeah. Mahim pe pahunch gaya, making us look bad, yaar. Westerner.
Okay, I'm gonna quickly take a topic and then it'll take. We'll do a topic. It's a good topic. I think you will like this topic.
Oh
This
no,
is
the word
first
game is
Cyrus-
back.
This pertains to you and your life very much because it has to do with an upset wife. A government employee from Kanpur in Uttar Pradesh, if you've heard of that state, has given a 3-day off leave application to his boss, saying, "Ki boss, my wife is mad at me. She has left and gone back to the village with our daughter. Please give me 3 days leave to bring her back."
Well, I like this
I
option. I find stomach ache and all is horrible. Stomach ache, you can
Exactly.
take 1 or 2 pills and come and work. Yeah, what is stomach ache?
Yeah.
I'm feeling depressed. It's all rubbish here.
Yeah,
Even
it
psychological and physical things that people talk about, I won't mention. The girls say we have this problem, men say they have that problem. It's rubbish. This is a real problem. This I respect.
Yeah.
The wife has run
Yeah.
away, taken the daughter. Now he's thinking of his advancing
Yeah.
years when he needs the daughter, right? So immediately he has to go and get the daughter back at least, and maybe the wife, I don't know, 2 in 1.
So the wife comes with the daughter.
Maybe
Yeah.
not, but the daughter's an investment like a mutual fund that ripens at the right time. So he's
Right.
doing the right thing. Boss should understand he has
Yeah.
a wife and daughter. Every
Right.
boss has a wife and daughter. There's no boss around.
Yeah.
Elon Musk has a wife and daughter. He has more than one daughter, apparently. He doesn't want more
Several.
because of his father. But they never break the news to the doctors are told him. "लड़की है, अब मेरा बाप को मत बताओ."
Acha, quick reminder to everybody watching, please like the stream. It's important that you like the stream because the overlords at YouTube require you to like the stream
Yeah.
and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Press
And
the bell
also,
icon.
like, also like the stream, like
No.
like it from your
Yeah.
heart.
Sriram is only telling you.
Yeah.
This is a message
Don't
to
just
you. He's not
reduce-
telling anybody else. This is just for you,
Don't-
Baba.
yeah.
Say yes
But
or no,
also-
no? Are you going to like it?
Don't just reduce the stream to like one click of a button. Let's connect, man,
So
emotionally.
write
How
a
long will
symphony
it
and then play it,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Chembur
Send us
Philharmonic
a love
Orchestra
letter.
comes together
Take a-
and we
take
perform.
a 3-day off? Take a 3-day off to come.
Make
and
it 4
meet
days
us,
now, so we beat the news.
But it's a good. Sorry, going back to the topic.
Right? Which we've
3-day
forgotten.
off, I don't know what it is. Firstly, if someone used that as an excuse on say to on at the
Bro,
beach that was it,
his
would you
family
accept it?
life is in jeopardy. It makes sense. Better than a simple diarrhea situation or whatever, cold cough, flu, which is 1 or 2 days.
And it's first time you see a government official giving a official reason.
Yes, being honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Real
That is
reason. Real.
true.
I love
Having said
respect for
that,
that.
Or maybe he just wanted to go to a rager for 3 days and he said, what's the one reason that can be the most realistic reason?
That is actually
You know
true.
what I mean?
People in Kanpur are doing that a lot. Going
Now
to
Kanpur.
ragers.
One second. We've attacked Bihar. The Kanpur falls in UP. Okay, they have 3 Parsi families there, so be very careful. I don't want anything to happen to them. Okay, relax
Hey,
now.
one of my closest friends, Shahan Karanja, is a Parsi from Kanpur.
There
Yes.
you go. And you
Hey,
say his
that's
name.
like white
You have
people
to say his
saying I
name.
have black
Say
friends.
bye. Everybody say bye. Bye.
Yeah, it is.
What a friend. What a friend, really.
He's generally a great guy. But also, 3 days after a while, I think that's how you know it's a new marriage, right? Like even though they have a kid and all, but it's like a recent match because he has the sort of willingness to go and like.
So
talk
what's
to the
your
wife and
time?
cajole them.
What's your time determined on that? Like 3 years, 4 years
Exact-
into the marriage, will
I
you still
would say
go and
I would say 2 years because he's just experienced sex and unprotected sex. But at the
Yeah.
same time, I
Well,
feel
at
like give it 12 years and he'll be like, yeah, 3 days, wife is gone and left. Yeah, fuck it.
it may not have been unprotected sex. Sometimes it's just one person's option. So I don't know, but
That
I
is
get your point. I get your
I
point.
don't know what you're insinuating.
I know you just want to go on with this topic for some reason. We were done.
I'm just happy that
Silvery says she caught him
Antriksh is,
cheating on her. Wow, Silvery.
Antriksh,
Ooh.
yeah, what experience are
he's
you
building
drawing
another
from?
narrative.
No. I don't think he doesn't eat in the morning, so the brain is really not at its optimal. Okay, fair enough. So possibly
Yeah,
having an affair. As a boss,
I'm just,
Aakash, you're the only guy who
I
runs a
feel as
company.
if he's a government employee, he should have an affair. They already have such like boring, dull lives. I think like they should
Yeah.
spice it up, man.
ऐसा
In fact,
bribe
like
लेने का
yeah,
और लोग
it's
को
just a-
फंसाने का
Who says
कितना boring हो
government
जाता है।
employees
That
have boring lives? That's not true at all. There's no research, no data to prove that. What are you saying?
Sure, between
Some of the-
Cyrus,
Yeah,
between,
because
between,
this is such a
Cyrus,
data-driven show, guys. Such a data.
Some of them,
Cyrus,
let me
such
tell
a
you, some of the
research
most
based
happy
show.
people.
Cyrus, between being a MTV VJ and a government
yeah.
employee in Kanpur,
Yeah.
which one would you take for the excitement?
Obviously, government employee in
Cyrus
Kanpur.
would take the government employee.
Of
I can
course.
match
How
for
can you
that.
even? What are you saying? No
Sure.
question.
Cyrus would take the government employee, put him in his car, and then drive off. Is what he would do. Okay.
No.
He
Let's
is. In
understand.
fact, he is with the wife and kids.
See,
right
government employee in a place like, say, Bihar or Maharashtra at the moment with unstable governments, yes, dangerous. Because
Yeah.
if they change governments, you can be transferred immediately. All right,
Yeah.
so that I understand. But in a stable government where it's never going to change for years and years and years, I mean, it's
What are you
great.
trying to insinuate? What are you trying to insinuate?
And a VJ career comes to an
That's
end,
a you.
Sriram. You can only plan for 5, 10 or 15 years as a VJ in the case of Nikhil Chinnappa 40. But that's a rare. I mean Nikhil is going to be, on the wheelchair with his top 10, you guys, whatever, sunburn, bro, sunburn and but oxygen mask. Chinnappa uncle, okay, open the lights, yeah.
For some reason, I imagine even a 70-year-old Nikhil not choosing my song on MTV Select. I'm still calling him. Yeah, can you please play like words by Boy?
The number of people you want to put on an electric cycle outside your house just grows the list.
Yeah, but sorry. No, I was going to get it.
Rohit
मैं
Atre
तो
said
topic लेने वाला था।
Cyrus worked close to
Go
KEM
hosting seriously ले
hospital.
रहा है।
I worked close to KEM, which is true. We used to shoot a lot in that area also because it's crowded and nice.
Yeah.
When we were at MTV in Parel area. So, that sort of, would you accept that if you're in the jurisdiction of a very strong government, iconic building?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
more like that. Most of the buildings around there, the income tax office also is pretty much
My
close
favorite.
by and
My
everything.
guy. One of my.
So
I mean, I do rounds every day. Just have to
By the
respect.
way, as non-Gujaratis call it, WAT hospital, WHAT, not KEM. But maybe moving on. The MTV office, though, I have visited once.
No
and,
doubt your video ended on
No,
Pornhub.
no chance
Hey,
of your
hey.
Wi-Fi hanging now. Just check.
I've visited the MTV office once, and I think that office used to be the Google office before Google. It's like, oh, what is going on in MTV? Beers are everywhere. Like you get free like vending machines.
So
for, like,
ironically, if you
fountains,
Google, you got
Coke, and
MTV. Amazing. Can you imagine Google's first mistake?
that is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Uh,
And
uh,
now
wait.
MTV is just a T-shirt which people wear.
Yeah.
No, MTV is basically a place where you park bikes. That's you. Oh, they moved from bikes to cars. Okay, chalo cars. There's this show called
MTV,
Roadies, which
acha.
changed the face of India.
Ah.
Every single Miss India from 2015 said,
Oh yeah.
"What do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be roadie." Every single Miss
Yeah,
India.
yeah.
I mean, where before they were Mother Teresa, etc., they all went out of the window. It was, "I want to be roadie" in that exact grammatically
know,
correct
but
sentence.
I saw Roadies
Roadies
clip
last season,
yesterday.
huh?
Yeah,
Huh?
and I thought, wow, the show is still on. Like like it's that feeling.
Or
Was-
the
it
guy,
was in
or the guy
Sri
still trying to
Lanka.
find the
Sorry,
destination.
it was South Africa.
Hmm.
The last season of Roadies was shot in South Africa. Okay, so like I mean that show is doing way better than both of our careers combined, Sriraam.
That is
Yeah.
fair. That is fair.
That's
But it's
true.
very. It takes very little for something to do better than my career. But
Yeah. But hey guys, watch me do this. Speaking of countries outside of India, here's a international topic for y'all.
all right.
In what is absolutely bizarre and mind-fucking to me, the lead candidate, the Tory candidate for being PM, the lady in the UK
Yeah.
who they think can be
Truss.
PM from the Tory end, is
No
saying
Truss
ki
vote.
apna field, she say our field shouldn't be full of solar panels. She is against the idea of solar energy and is favoring the idea of local oil extraction. She likes fracking over fucking with solar. Now, can you realize that this is the small part of the problem? The bigger part is both probable candidates for PM in UK don't want
DC भाई.
renewable energy in UK. ये लोग भूल गए कि ये लोग
Kind of
आइलैंड है
makes sense.
और पानी राइज होके वही चुदने वाले पहले.
But kind of makes sense. There's barely any sun in the UK for solar panels.
No, also you're forgetting the very powerful arm of British gas. Okay,
Mm.
which
Yes,
was on
and
display in the
petroleum.
comments as well.
If they wouldn't have so
yes.
many beans in the morning, they wouldn't have it. Okay.
Okay, where's Veer Das when we want him? Beacon of comedy. Jerry Seinfeld. You mentioned big names. Where are these names? What do we
I
get?
don't know, man.
By the way, just for the record, if Amit asks who broke or tore a coaster, it wasn't me. I picked it up and it looks like a biscuit.
That's not
as
a.
you can see. It's a
yeah,
coaster.
That's what.
It's a coaster. If I put my finger through it, it's no longer a coaster. It's now a guy with a long nose. But again, it's just a coaster. But I didn't break it. We'll have to research on CC camera and see who breaks a toaster. Who would do that? But who sat here yesterday?
Yeah.
That's the question. Me. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna
We'll have
move
to-
to the next topic.
I think you should
Wait,
quickly.
wait. Hold on, okay. I like how Aakash is basically, the Doordarshan news anchor. Whether you're watching or engaging or not, I'm going to just tell you the news.
I'm telling you, it's the Rajiv
Yeah.
Sardesai thingy where you don't really want to listen to what the other person is saying. So he wants to get on with his story because a good Gujarati Manas is a shadi to plan. He can't waste time. 11:01, he's got a meeting. So while you buggers go on cycling outside Gurgaon,
Yeah.
killing people left, right, and
Meeting-
center,
and
and your
what
horrible
kind of-
career, and this is going wrong, and only you and me want to pontificate. These
That's
two want to
true,
get on
that's
with it.
true. And
Yeah.
what kind of meeting Aakash has? Like a Kaju Katli tasting or something like that.
No, if I know Aakash,
If
there are
you-
8 vendors with a difference of 1 to 1.5% in their pricing. But each one will be given a hearing, proper hearing. And we're only talking about chairs, plastic chairs at the wedding.
If you must know what I have to do after this, I have to do what I did yesterday. Also, I have to go meet a Swamiji, who is going to give me a talk about being married. And it's very interesting. My mom is very religious. She's been involved with the Prempuri Ashram and all for years. So, like these Swamijis, I've grown up around them. And they give some very interesting and amazing advice, man. Like you would think that it would be very textbook, right wing, whatever, but it's very like sound advice about marriage and about existing as a
Oh.
couple and all of that jazz.
Like,
I quite like it.
top 3 advice you've received so far.
Like, don't wear underwear.
One great advice that we got was I mean, it sounds very obvious, but it's also very true in the sense that he told my fiance ki, Dekh, this is a patriarchal society, so he's marrying you, but you're marrying his family. Because we're gonna live at our parents' home.
Very
and all. So
Elon
like just like
Musk-y
thoughts.
that way, but huh.
Did
very
she throw him out? I was thinking from my female's point of view. That sentence would be complete. Aisha would have thrown the guy out on the road somewhere. But Swamiji, come back. How much for that insult? Sorry.
I kind of feel like these Swamijis, I really relate to them a lot in the sense that they also are outsiders from regular day-to-day life society. You know, like as a comedian, you don't never feel like you're a part of the herd. So they have this third person opinion and observations on other regular ass people. So when you do regular ass people things, it makes sense to cross. Also, one of the things they all tell me is कि बच्चे करो because AKA so and so कोई खतरे में. So
And
बच्चे
because
करना चाहिए.
our population needs a boost according to Swamiji, right?
Yeah.
Because he's not reading the news. But I'll tell you a better
बच्चा तो
Swamiji
मांगता
story. But I need the translation to be done by Mohit on the spot. Our revered friend Vijay Kunalkar, as the Parsis call him, when Anjali, his sister, got married in Sion, if I remember correctly, the Pandit was there, Swamiji himself, lovely guy. And he decided to get into the moment. Suddenly he felt that, because like comedians, suddenly you think you have a full house, you got a crowd. Now I got to do the, so it was like, Fera, 77 Feras, firstly. Just going on and chanting away. And 2 minutes became 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 8 minutes. And Kunal went up and told him, first he told him politely, sir, can you hurry this up? And that guy just ignored him. Second time, and Mohit, please translate on the spot. He said, listen, I've paid for everything. Enough is enough. Now stop this right now. So we can serve.
I can still imagine Kunal doing it.
Yeah.
मी पैसे दिले लवकर सांगतो.
Finger pointing. I was trying to pull him. I was like, because his mom was nearby, and I was like, no, let's not go in that direction. This is not like the guy parking the car in traffic or something. You want to pick a fight with the guy.
Honestly, I think Cyrus,
He hurt the
Cyrus
Swami's
makes
feelings.
Oh, Cyrus, you make Kunal seem like someone in a wedding. When you throw the rice, to bless the people, Kunal would take a bite while this is undercooked. Like that's the sort of person that Kunal would be.
It would just be a bite. He'd be licking the aunties left, right, and center. Rice.
Okay, but hey, by the way, the
AMS.
Sorry,
Good.
Aakash, the
Sriraam, big laugh now. AMS.
Akash, he doesn't have. Akash is in Gurgaon. Akash is an English comic in Gurgaon. He has no one to talk to.
Yeah,
Don't you understand?
I mean,
Bolo, beta, bolo. Tell us more. Follow me at Instagram and Twitter on Bored Brocha. I'm so bored, I need your help. I need your love. I need your touch. Okay, just follow me.
This is an aim I really want to take because Mohit is rarely on the show and it makes a lot of sense to get this.
Why he's rarely on the show?
Rohit Atre asks Mohit's views on Cyrus Kunal's working relationships and any arguments that you have had to resolve.
whoa, nice.
Wow.
Nice question.
That's
What is the answer to that?
The answer to that is you talk to me, I talk to Kunal. Kunal talks to me, I talk to you.
No, I don't ignore him. He gets upset. Let's be honest.
Basically, when each of them roll, so the other person has to feed them the lines.
Oh.
Nowadays, none of them feed each other the lines.
No. He doesn't want me to because then he gets irritated. But tell the thing properly.
Yeah.
I'm quite happy to. It's not
But
fair.
when you are also anchoring, he doesn't feed.
Oh, he's directing the show. He's directing the show is done from making the background. That's his contribution. He just disappears after that. Yeah. But if I'll answer the question, Mohit is feeling scared to tell the truth. Kunal does have a temper. He does misbehave. He gets upset, offended. He's like a young teenage girl you first dated. You got to be damn careful about anything you say. It's eggshells around him. But I think Mohit is immune. But that day you got angry with him.
Because I was kind of overworked with running here and there.
Mohit is the only guy who works on the show and he has to do everything. Now we made him an actor also in between. And Kunal just keeps shouting at him and Kunal doesn't move. He just sits there. Kunal, why is it happening? What happened? Why did he roll? Just a mean guy. Yeah.
I feel like Mohit has resolved so many disputes between Kunal and Cyrus. You look like the average of Kunal and Cyrus. Like a
You don't know the half of it. He used to. Now he's swallowed Kunal, Cyrus, and our parents. He's a lot of Mohit.
I feel depending on who he has to cajole between you and Kunal, he looks more like you or Kunal.
You only cajole Kunal. I don't know why people are hiding from that fact. Kunal has a bad temper and feels affected by all these things. We all have a good time on the shoot.
I don't.
That's why
Kunal
the show is
has
terrible.
always
No?
been
We just have fun.
Man. I don't know.
My favorite part about this question was that Mohit didn't get to answer only.
He's scared to answer.
Oh, you did?
He's worried Kunal will see it and what did you say? And all that.
We are meeting in couple of days only to
Yeah,
shoot.
unfortunately.
Yeah, and Kunal will tell him, "Paise me dile hai."
Aakash, these are two Maharashtrians running the production. There's no question of money. What are you saying? And have you seen their preference for food and all that? Show can go to hell. That's why we want the Biharis back here. So we can get some work spots. You have any cousins? Tell them come on our show, please. I can't work with these two anymore, yaar. Okay, I'm done.
All right, Shavik Bakshi,
Kunal's biographies, I'm
Shavik
done.
Bakshi-
Okay, I'm leaving.
I'm done.
I'm leaving.
I'm done.
Another question coming from Shavik Bakshi, which I feel relates personally to Cyrus. Good point. Shavik says, my sister is settled abroad. I also want to do the same, but there is a sense of guilt of leaving my parents behind. I know Cyrus and Akash's siblings live abroad. Please give some gyan.
I have a younger brother.
give.
This is for me or for Mohit?
You. Yours is
You.
abroad.
But our thing is that my sister left me with the parents. There was no planning done. Now,
yeah.
once she's gone, what do? I wanted
So
to leave
do
my parents.
exactly
I still
what-
want to leave
do
my parents.
Exactly, yeah.
And they wanted me to leave too. I don't know why it didn't happen. So
Rather,
good.
they wanted you to leave.
Yeah. Correct.
You
So
stuck
basically,
with your mom.
Shavik, just do the exact opposite of what Cyrus
Whoever gets
did.
out first wins.
Don't
That's
join,
the story.
Yeah. Don't
Yeah.
join MTV, join Channel V.
Yeah.
Don't go to. don't go
Wear
to
pants,
TV,
not short
18,
pants.
don't
Yeah.
go
All these little things make a
All
difference.
of that,
Yeah.
yeah. It's that opposite episode in Seinfeld. Remember where George
Yeah,
does
where
everything? Yeah.
Kramer and
World.
Seinfeld
Yeah.
switch
Yeah.
houses.
Yeah.
No, not
Remember?
that, the other one where George.
When in Gurgaon, don't get onto an electric cycle because things just go
Then you
wrong.
won't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And you're stuck
If
with your
anything,
parents for life. Yeah.
The opposite here is in Gurgaon is to ride electricity. You know, like that's the in a weird skewed way.
Wow.
But even if you try to do that, you will get a load shedding, right? That's
You don't talk about load
Yeah,
shedding.
yeah,
Load
oh
shedding
yeah.
is, reverse load shedding is going on for 25 years. We have pictures of the young Mohit Mahalle when he looked like a human being. And now he's like, the ninth planet friend.
bull on the train.
Boy. Watching for the first time, excited to see Kunal. Akshay, he listened to the podcast for 5 years and now he's watching it, which is actually a horrible situation because it's probably worst experience.
On a day when I have come.
Yeah. Yeah, where the chicks are, Sparsh, where are hot women that make the podcast visually entertaining. That's about how Mohit comes late, it irritates him. Is this true? Yeah. So Mohit, if we get late, he anticipates Mohit being late. So Mohit's not come. Firstly, both of us are early. Okay, the call time is like 9 and we are there at 8. So 8:26, he's like, no sign of Mohit.
But now he gets pissed off if the car reaches him late.
Yeah.
What's the use of me coming?
So his point was the CNBC driver should have known that the road was dug up.
Yeah.
That's that's not right. He's coming from somewhere else. He should know your lane. I mean, that's a little too much. Why does he know? He's a professional. That's his job. What? That's his job. He's a driver. It's not like he chose. CNA karega, marketing band, sales no point. I'll go for driver.
You know what he said? He comes from all the other roads, but not the one which comes to my house.
Yeah. And you think I have elite issues with Malabar Hill Lane and all that. This guy is, I think Baman said it correctly, it's all about level of comfort. He can't think beyond level of comfort. In Spain also, wherever we go, he's always thinking, how long will the walk be? First question. Aisha saying we're going XX place to see XX thing. How long will the walk be? That's the first question, right? Because that's mind-boggling. If it's 15 minutes, it's like, is it worth seeing a painting after 15 minutes of walking?
Have you all considered getting him those tiny moped things? That
But then
people in
Sanjay will have to
America
drive him, right?
Yeah.
It looks very
Someone
bad.
has to do it for him.
Who's going to? Come on, holding a man tightly and driving like that. I mean, too much.
I oddly
Did you
relate
hear the
that
Sanjay
to
story?
Kunal.
The Sanjay story. One day he was running late to go to another shoot and the driver hadn't come. Okay? The driver was coming on the bike to take the car which he had brought anyway there. So he called the driver and the driver said, I can't talk, I'm on the bike. So he said, okay. Then the driver called back and said, there's an accident. So he said, what happened? So while I was talking to you, I fell off.
I bet.
Kunal shouting at him for talking to him when he called.
Wait,
The sick man.
so he got into the car or like a bike accident or car accident? Like,
He got into a bike accident while talking
can
on
I
the
tell
phone.
you can I tell you a worse
Yeah.
story? And God forbid me for telling this story because it's really bad. On his mom's 70th birthday, he pulled out all stock, and rightly so, a big party at Oberoi, fair enough, 75th, and we all attended, etc. The night before, his worry was that the grandfather of the driver was not in good shape. Early morning, he called me with the news. Oh, fuck, man, it had to happen. The bastard had to pick today to die. Exact words. I was like, boss, but he died. Yeah, but come on. I was like, but boss, and now he's gone. He couldn't wait. A question of 8 hours. He could have died after 8 hours. I was like, bro, was so angry with the timing. He just couldn't have any empathy for the actual death. Personal slight. How dare you die on my time?
I want to take one last sports question because it's not a Cyrus without any sports. Daft Punk AJ is asking, India has been winning 50 plus medals in CWG, but not so much luck at
60.
the Olympics. What would Bro Janta Party do to change this, my friends?
Yeah, but no
Cyrus,
comparison.
we are
only
leader.
You're only fighting
Nuke
with
one-third
Australia,
of the
England,
world.
and Malaysia to some extent.
Yeah.
So let's face
Yeah.
Commonwealth Games is like, it's like local Baikala,
There-
Nakhwara area
there's
games
no-
or something. It's
There's
not
no
happening,
China,
right?
no US.
No China, no Korea, no Japan, no US. I mean,
Yeah.
Canada was the big challenge. So
Yeah.
let's not overplay
Yeah.
this. Let's see Asian
Yeah.
Games. This is tougher. Coming soon. Let's see how we do there against the might
Yeah.
of the Asians. And but listen, from the time we were growing up, and I mean me and Aakash, since you two are too young, we have gone. The graph has gone in the right direction. Slowly for such a big country, but we have definitely won more medals.
Absolutely.
In the 80s and all, what?
4,
Nothing.
5.
What 4-5? We didn't win hockey in 1980. Russia. That was the first thing I saw. Moscow Olympics.
We
we won the gold there because nobody turned up.
I remember as a
It
kid,
was a
if you used
passport,
to
no?
win
Some
even-
US the Western countries boycotted. Sorry, Aakash.
No, I think one thing that's really helped with this, and I genuinely think this, is Instagram and social media, because a lot of these sports persons earlier had to constantly like scrounge for money themselves all the time, right? Like, and it's so expensive to be a sports person. But now I see a lot of these people who are like still in the national level, junior level on Instagram, who are selling whey protein or doing some brand integration or whatever.
Electric cycles
And
is big.
that's- And dude, it makes them money.
But that's
But
what a
what-
lot of
what
bodies
is
have
tougher?
realized it. No, if you come to see of BCCI, when they got into the women's cricket, it was way too
Yeah.
long, where the rest of the world was already moved on.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
they realized
But
that Betty, this, that, and that's how
But
you
what is
sell
it with beating Australia in freaking finals and semi-finals and all when it comes to
Boss, Australia is the longest professional, like they've been a professional team for the longest. Okay,
I mean, you
you're
all
not
have
going to beat
excuses.
them
And
anytime
what about
soon.
the 7-0 bashing we got in the hockey? We can't beat them in hockey ever.
Yeah.
It's so irritating, man. And now I'm thinking the only way out is that we get Indians to play for Australia. You know,
I mean, that's what.
The Biharis,
It's the other way
Biharis
around,
to go
man.
there and play.
Biharis.
I'm saying.
I
I
can't
think
call
that-
Mahale again. He just starts his regionalism. I mean, just
can I just
unnecessary.
raise this point?
It's
Can I-
Australia versus
can I-
India. You still want to fight with Biharis. This is how sick your country
No,
is.
I'm sending them to
Australia versus
Australia.
India की बात हुई तो I have to tell you. God.
Firstly, I
sad,
think two
very
things
sad.
here. We should definitely start like getting, like you do the thing that like a Germany or like the UK does. Just get like kids, talented kids at a young age. Just bring them to India and give them Indian citizenship.
Or even better,
and
do what
then-
China did. No, just take the kid.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Go home,
So,
take him.
Return the kid with a gold medal at 31. Bas, that's
China,
it.
Yeah.
yeah. So, firstly, we should do that because come on,
Thanks.
sports is equal to soft power, and we have to sort of, I think, like.
And they should
become
listen to 4 comedians.
That is
we
fair.
have it all done. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is
And-
tougher,
and-
being a
but
sportsman
just-
or a comedian?
Okay. What is
In
tougher,
India?
sports?
Yeah.
I've
You also have
never
Insta
seen-
now. As Aakash is going to Akash's point, you have more mediums, etc., etc. So just like they can.
But it'll be
monetize
odd
and
if I.
be seen.
It'll be odd size if I sell whey protein, no? So that's why I just.
Do you think it'd be right to say it would be easier for us to give up comedy and become sportsmen now?
I think there is. I think I
For
can make it to
for
the Special
Karam.
Olympics. in-
Karam,
Oh,
No, no.
I need my middle finger. I live in
Mohit?
Malba Hill and the police and the BMC and the people. I mean, I need my fingers.
but
How do I communicate? Yeah.
you will have a lot of people to play around, Karam.
This middle finger reminds me, my nephew recently had an injury on his nail. He's 8 years old. Okay, he went to school and he was showing his friends, I got injured. Okay, and his friends were like, "This is a bad word. This is a bad word." My nephew comes back home, 8 years old, goes to his mother and says, "Mummy, I think he was saying that I was saying fuck."
But if the teacher said, what's his name? What's your nephew's name?
Advay.
Advait, what part is hurting? Like, where are you injured? He
Yeah.
said, ma'am, here. I mean, that's not a wrong thing to do, right? Because I mean, what are you supposed to do? I mean, if it was I, you'd be like,
The
"Aye." So you'd be like,
alternative, the alternative is to do this, and this is way more aggressive as an action.
That's true.
It's cultural thing, bro. I can't penalize the kid for doing that. He's
But
just
did
being
you-
honest.
Didn't you guys do that in school? Where do the subtle middle finger, like, hey,
All the time. I've been.
Yeah.
Sriraam, in the podcast, I don't show you my finger, but every time you started telling a story, both fingers went up. I'm trying to find a third middle finger. I have so much anger.
Hey.
I'm kidding, my brother.
I'll ask my
Are we
nephew
done?
to send a photo.
Please.
Yeah. We're done,
He'll
we're
be so
done, we're
disappointed
done.
if his little finger gets injured. No, next time he'll be like, doctor.
No, I don't want to go.
All right. Before we close
This is the
couple
look.
of,
It's totally different.
before we close this, couple of things. Cyrus, please talk about the t-shirts. Talk about the merchandise quickly.
Yeah. Oh.
Show. Huh. You see that? Buy these t-shirts, guys. You can find a
And
link
see
in
the sound effect of the
description.
t-shirt.
See,
It's wrong to do
that
I'm sorry.
the t-shirts are promoted in a way a Pornhub video would be,
Now watch how my
Yeah.
third hand comes in. This is my Shiva
ASMR.
moment. Don't third eye, third hand. Rishi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Secondly, if you're not on the Discord, please follow the Discord. The Discord is amazing. It's full of memes and conversations and everything else around the
Why
show.
will they
The
follow a
link is in the
Discord
description.
when the panelists
Join
can't
the
hold a mic?
Discord.
Yeah.
It's the most Indian thing to do. Whenever there's Discord somewhere, you
Yeah.
just like go around it. Like, hey, what's
You
going
couldn't
on there?
resist. You couldn't resist. Yeah.
Sriraam, you have any shows coming up?
Yeah, a bunch of them in Bombay next week.
Okay, perfect. You should go watch
Yeah,
Sriraam
book
live.
my
Like
show.
this stream because that's what YouTube wants you to do. Like kara, आम्ही पैसे दिले.
Yes.
And
Akash,
और
do you,
मेरा channel है.
Akash,
हाँ.
do you have any weddings coming up?
Yeah, just the wedding and also 3 YouTube videos around the wedding and also going
Okay.
on tour from September.
Sriraam,
Tickets
if-
are live. Check book my show.
Akash Sriraam wants to play at the wedding. He's just trying to hint, yaar. Is it possible for him to get a 5-minute piece?
He has a setup.
No,
Yeah.
because this comedian
Yes.
called Andy Raghu has cramped at me on the phone for 3 months saying तेरी शादी पे spot दे, तेरी शादी पे spot दे. So अभी नहीं होने वाला किसी और को.
That is fair.
But only Andy's performing. I thought 5-6 of your pals would do like little bits.
No, only there's no the thing. Andy has forced himself. He's like किधर host चाहिए? I said नहीं चाहिए. He said फिर भी मैं करेगा. So
Yeah.
he's gonna come and do something.
He's now Andy is now a part like Pandit, part host. Like he.
Yeah.
God, that's like the rich man's party where the kid wants to sing and we can't stop him. That's a
That's-
horrible thing. If Andy's no good, we're screwed.
That's like
you know?
the-
Andy used to work
I
at
think what you're
CNBC,
trying to
know,
say
na?
is
Andy was at CNBC.
Cyrus, I
Yeah.
think,
No, he's clearly no
Andy
good.
used to work
What
at
are you saying?
CNBC. Yes.
Yeah.
He used to work at CNBC.
Cyrus, I think the analogy you're going for is like it's like the CM's wife wants to sing. And on that note, ladies and
And
gentlemen,
that's my favorite CM. That guy didn't bother me. He didn't bother me. He let me live in peace.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And all the CM themselves, if it's in Bengal.
yeah.
Oh.
Cancelled in
He's talking
Gurgaon.
about-
Cancelled
he's
in
talking about
Jaipur.
East Bengal,
Cancelled in
guys. He's talking
Calcutta.
about
Cancelled in
East
Jabalpur.
Bengal.
Cancelled coming soon. Okay. We've got to go because our next guest has already come in. And it's very important that. Hello, sir. How are
Yes.
you? It's Mr. Chidambaram himself. Hi.
Oh, nice.
Lovely,
Nice.
lovely.
No, I won't be asking those questions.
You shift किया IPL को.
Does he ever stop peeing, Chidambaram? No? Okay,
You
bye.
can call him. I'll be sending you the number because we have to stop. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye guys. Thank you for joining.
Bye.
Okay, catch us on any of the podcasting apps, please. We beg you, we need you. Send us your questions on Twitter on Cyrus Says In. Or you can email us, even if you're not female, on whatcyrussays@gmail.com.